Hey, this is Paolo from Trivium, and this is Antihero Online.
Couple of days into the tour, how's it been going so far?
It's been great. We've had 2 sold out shows. I think tonight is very, very close to being sold out, so we're really excited. This is probably the best American tour we've had ever, and so to be on our 8th album and to have a tour this successful so far, we're stoked.
And speaking of the 8th album, it actually just dropped a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
How's that been doing so far on the charts?
I actually haven't seen the U.S. charts yet. I know we debuted in like top 5 in like Australia, and we had some of our highest charting spots overseas. But in terms of like the streaming and stuff, it's been really killer. The first 2 singles that came out, are already well over 2 million streams, and that seems to be really kind of like the biggest thing for us is like seeing what we're doing there. I feel like that's kind of a good indicator of like what songs people are digging, what they're liking. It's good for us because then when we pick sets, we kind of know what people are feeling from the new record. We can kind of steer towards one direction or the other.
And when you guys were going through and making the set list for this tour, what specifically were you kind of looking at when you wanted to create a sound that covered the whole the discography of
our main focus was like picking out which new songs we were going to do. We decided every song that had a video we'd play, and then we decided we were going to play Betrayer as well because that was one of our favorites from the new record. And then it was kind of like just picking songs that people want to hear from the old records, but also playing some songs that just fit with some of the new stuff and playing some heavier songs and kind of keeping the intensity up for 75 minutes. And I think we've done that. The first 2 nights have been really pretty intense. I mean, I feel pretty sore right now, headbanging a lot. So it's been good. People seem to be leaving the show and having a good time, and I think we picked the right set.
That's awesome, man. And what part of the tour are you looking forward to the most? Is there a specific city on this tour that you're looking forward to?
Every day is definitely one I'm looking forward to, just because the shows have been selling well. We haven't done... It's been a bit since we've done some of these places. Getting up to Montreal is going to be fun. That's sold out. Toronto's sold out. So Canada's always a great time. I mean, it's always hard to pick because every city, every crowd is unique in their own way.
And how has it been having Arch Enemy kind of like warming up the crowd for you guys?
It's killer. We've known them for over a decade now. We have a lot of history with them. I've always enjoyed them. Always been a big fan since like Wages of Sin. So it's great. The package is great. We got While She Sleeps on, Fit for an Autopsy. We wanted to make the best package possible. We wanted to make it, a ticket that was worth coming out for. You got to make an event for people. So judging by the success of the tour so far, we're like, all right, this is a good model to kind of base future tours on. Finding some other bands that are kind of different enough to where you're not seeing the same thing every set, but you definitely having something similar in common that make people want to come out and see it.
And that's one of the things that I've noticed, especially on larger tours. They don't worry too much about the opening acts.
Yeah.
It's just the co-headliner and then the headliner.
Yeah.
And then those don't really sell out that often. Was that something that you guys kind of like thought mentally?
I mean, it's bringing value to like your ticket. I think the ticket was like $27-$30, which is like, for an average tour, that's not too bad. But to just be like, all right, well, we got our headliners, and then not think about it. For us, it's like, we're fans of music. We like to find new bands. If we can champion something that people don't know about yet, like maybe While She Sleeps, who are doing really killer in the UK and have a great new record, maybe we can kind of bring them to American audiences, and that's important to us. That's like kind of paying it forward to other bands, just the way that bands did for us. So I think it's looking out for the fans. It's also about kind of making us, have a great bill, making an event for people.
Yeah. And it's kind of like a passing of the torch of a sense too.
Yeah, it's just to me, it's just like we're not gatekeepers to like music, but we can be kind of tastemakers in our own way. And I think it's like by giving another band like a spot on our tour, it legitimizes them to maybe our fan base. Be like, oh, maybe Trivium likes this band, and this is something different. It's something cool I can check out. And we definitely take that serious, and we want to, we always like to push other bands. It's not just about us. A healthy scene is good for all bands, and we want to just kind of show people like, hey, there's other stuff out there. Maybe it's not being played on the radio, or maybe you're not going to hear about it through any other way than seeing them live, but here it is, and it's important.
Oh yeah, totally. And going back to the new album, I was actually listening to it on the way here. There's a mix of heavy and softer type of stuff. What was the band's mentality when you went into the studio to record this 8th record?
We really wanted it to feel like we were kind of taking off the delimiter on the band. I feel like the last 2 records, we had 2 producers that we definitely brought in to collaborate with us on the entire project, start to finish. I feel like we were more in the passenger seat on those records, and this time it was us in the driver's seat, and us kind of deciding that we kind of want to have the aggression that we love. We wanted to have the melody that we love. We wanted to mix it all into new things, and that's like what I've been hearing from fans is like what we were trying to achieve, which has been very gratifying. Is like, wow, it sounds like similar to your old stuff, but it sounds new enough that it's something I haven't heard before, and it's always such a hard balance. We don't take old records and go, well, what did we do here, and how can we kind of copy this? It's more of what was like the essence of the record. What were we thinking? What can we do with a guy like Alex behind the kit? We can really like let him go. We don't need to think about, will the radio play this song? Will the TV stations play this song? Will this be a song we can't play on festivals? Like, it was like, let's just do whatever the hell we want, and that was important to us. And I hope that attitude and aggression would come through in the record, and I feel pretty confident we got it through there. It's tough because making a record with modern technology, it really sets it up to be a sterile process, because you can record over and over again. You can do as many takes as you want. And with this record, it's like, how can we channel that aggression we have live that is easy to channel when you go up on a stage in front of people? How do you get that onto the record? And those were some of the things we were thinking about going into it.
And you brought up radio and TV. Now that's really not that big of an impact on record sales anymore. It's all about...
It's like, for us, we try to run like the entire, thing. It's like we're not trying to be like, well, maybe the internet and streaming is a big deal now, so we only focus on that. It's like, no, like radio is important, and TV is important, and every kind of media is. It's so balkanized now, because everything is just like, you can be everywhere and still people will not know about your record and still not know about the tour. I get online every day and there's people like, I had no idea you were playing in North Carolina tonight. And it's like, dude, we've been like advertising everywhere, and we post on our Instagram, our social media daily about it, and you're still missing people. So we don't take for granted any opportunity like that. And the radio stations have pushed us to a newer crowd that we never had access to before. And I think a show like this is definitely a testament to that, because playing like Carolina Rebellion twice has just really, people seeing you there are just like, hey, maybe I heard the one song on the radio, I want to go check them out. And they're like, whoa, this band is cool. Like, these other songs I don't know, this is cool, I want to check them out. And so leading to tonight, like, almost a sold out show here, we would have never thought we could get that far. And it's cool to see it kind of coming to this now.
And you brought up Carolina Rebellion. U.S. festival season and pretty much worldwide festival season is done for the year. Mm-hmm. What is the band's plan kind of going into 2018? Are you guys kind of going to focus on the festival circuit a little bit? Or?
Yeah, it's definitely very possible. I don't know the exact, definitive answer of if we're doing them or not, but that's definitely on the table. We're going to be touring all over for this record. I have a good feeling that this is definitely one we want to get around the world, get to every corner of the globe we can. And those festivals are definitely on our radar, though. We love playing them, and it's always a good time, and it keeps expanding, and it's helping bands like us expand into places that are harder to get to with people. Like I said, just posting about yourself on the internet isn't enough. You gotta get in front of people's faces and be like, hey, this is Trivium, this is what we are.
Oh yeah. And then the last thing that I'm going to ask you, since the tour pretty much just kicked off, what's the hardest part about being on the road for so long and hitting all these cities?
I mean, it's fairly easy now. I feel like once you get into a groove in the first week or two, like the tour runs smooth. Staying healthy, that's like the biggest thing. If you could stay healthy, that's key. Getting sick sucks on tour. Other than that, like nothing else really ever bothers me. I mean, I love it and I love what we do. This is like one of the greatest jobs ever, and you know, we try to have fun, we try to eat good food, we see friends all over the world. You know, it's just getting sick, that's it. That's the bum out.
The North Carolina weather doesn't help out.
Yeah, I'm going from like heat to cold. You know, we live in Florida, so I'm used to like roasting every day. So I'm gonna do my best to, you know, stay healthy and not get sick.
That's pretty much everything I got for you. Is there anything that I didn't touch on that you'd like to add?
No, I mean, just, you know, thank you to everyone that's made this record possible. You know, eighth record is crazy. You know, saying 8 records, it's like hard to believe, because like I look at bands I love and I'm like, whoa, those bands have a lot of records. Now I'm like, oh shit, we have a lot of records. So it's crazy, and it's always down to our fans supporting us and getting us through everything we've been through up until now.
And then tour dates can be found on the social media.
Yeah, trivium.org/tour. That's the list of all the dates here and overseas. Has all the VIP options and everything you could want to see and hear about. Trivium touring is there.
So they heard it from you. If they miss a show,
Yeah.
It's on them now.
Yep, it's there. You gotta get on it now. And some of these shows are already sold out, so don't wait. There's a lot of shows that are on the edge of that.